This is the cut. What's up, y'all? This is another haircut tutorial, and this is actually my favorite haircut to do. It's a simple haircut. I call it the money haircut, and the reason I call it the money haircut is not because you make a lot of money from doing this haircut, but if you can knock a bunch of these haircuts out during the day, you can make a whole lot of money because they're simple, they're easy, and they're fun to do. You get the client in, you get them out, and it's basically just a 2 on the sides, blend it to the top, fade the back out if they want that, put a hard part on them, clean his beard up, and then let them go. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. It's simple, it's quick. I'll talk a lot more in the video, so you guys don't need to sit here and hear me ramble on about this tutorial. So like I always say, like, share, comment, subscribe. Any gripes, complaints, or anything, hit me in the comment section. Not going to hold you guys any longer. Here y'all go. So jumping into it, as always, I'm using my Andis XL single speed detachable blade clippers with the number 2 guard, and this is one of my tools that I had since I first started cutting hair. I actually bought this tool because if you guys heard of Jada Barber, who owns the Easy Blade, I actually bought this clipper because it was something that he had. So what I'm doing right here is I'm going around the sides, and I'm doing the 2 up to the parietal ridge area to get ready to blend it the 3 and so forth. So right now I'm using a 3.5, and the reason I'm using a 3.5 instead of a 3 from a 2 is because with the detachable blades there aren't any straight 3s. There's like 3 1/4 and 3.5. So I use a 3.5, and it blends from the 2 pretty well. So on this side I'm going straight up. He's getting the hard part, and I'm going straight up. So I'm going straight to where the hard part would be. I'm not blending anything else over on that side. I'm going around the head with this 3.5, getting ready to blend it to the top. And this is, like I said before, is a fast cut. It's the money cut. You're making a lot of money doing this. It shouldn't take you a lot of time. So right here I'm using my Osters Fast Feeds, the number 3 guard closed, and this is going to help start to thin that line out and blend it to the top. So now I'm in the middle position. I told y'all this is going to be fast. It's not a long cut. Now I'm all the way open, and I'm just thinning out that line. So I'm going to cut the top with shears, scissors, whatever you want to call them. And I spray it until it's wet. I don't want the hair to be super drenched. I just want it to be wet enough that my shears aren't going to have a hard time cutting through it, and I have control over the hair. And I push the front section forward a little bit, because if you pull it back, you're not going to cut a lot of hair off because you're creating over direction. And when you create over direction, it's going to preserve length on the hair. So just cutting back. And just this cut is something you could breeze through. And this guy, he's been coming to me for a while. And he's not one of those guys that wants like a super flashy haircut. He just comes in to get cleaned up. And this is like a cleanup cut. It's simple, it's easy. If you're behind on your schedule and you have one of these guys come in, they could definitely put you back in the game for being on schedule if you work by appointment. So these cuts are really good, and these are actually my favorite cuts to do because they're easy, they're quick, they're simple, and you make the money from it. If I was able to do these cuts all day long, I would love it. I would make a lot of money because I can breeze through these cuts. I could probably do these cuts probably in about 20 to 25 minutes and be done with it. So now I'm just blending the side into the top. So I'm doing the side there. I'm combing it, making sure it looks good. And now I'm blending the back in. I'm starting with a OA because he still wanted to be able to line it up back there, but he wanted it faded also. So I started with an OA onto a 1. And I'm just blending straight up. And I also do blend back down to clean it up. You'll see that. They actually don't even make the Andis XL single speeds anymore. I was looking online to see how much they're priced now, and you cannot find this clipper online. So I think I got a gem, y'all. This is my 1A. Make sure y'all paying attention to the bottom left hand corner. Don't get too caught up on me talking, because I just be rambling sometimes. So now I'm on 1.5. Going straight up, blending out the back. Like I was saying, I think I might have a gem, yo. I'm going to keep this one. Keep it in the tuck. And I actually just found, fell in love with it again. I like the way, I like how slow the blade moves. So it's really good for blending, because I'm used to using the Oster 76ers, the classic 76ers, and they move pretty fast. So, alright, what I'm doing here is I'm just cutting around the head, because that's the 2 and there is a 2 on the side. So any areas that I feel like are dark or too thick, I'm just going over them again. So right now I'm blending back down, and this is just to make the blend a little more clean. So yeah, I started at my 1.5, now I'm back down at the 1A. I didn't actually post these in the bottom left hand corner, but this is the 1A. Now I'm switching to my 1. And this is all for the purpose of just cleaning it. Cleaning it up. And now I'm at my half, or OA. And I'm doing shear over comb or scissor over comb just to blend this side into the top a little bit more. And I like long shears because I could cover a lot of area. And I do a lot of shear over comb work. So I really love having the longer shears, because it allows me to work better. And anytime I use my shears to blend one section in, I always use my thinning shears just to clean it up and make it look a little bit better. So in the back of his neck, he wanted it to be squared off. So that's what I did. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's really light though. It's not a heavy line. It just looks clean. Like I said, he wanted to come in and get cleaned up, ready for the work week or the weekend. This was actually on a Friday or Saturday? Friday. This was actually on a Friday. So I guess he was just getting cleaned up for the weekend and for the work week. And, he came in to see me and get cleaned up. And this is what it is. It's a nice, clean haircut. And I love doing these type of haircuts. Like I said, they're fast and they're easy. And they don't consume a lot of time. Going around the ear, make sure you pulling the ear down. And when you shaping this texture of hair up in thicker areas, you kind of have to go in like cutting the cake and then like pull down, I guess. So I'm going to dig in, and you see how there I'm going around. So it's kind of like you have to cut, slide, cut, slide, cut, slide. See? Because the hair sticks up off of the head because it's straight. It's a lot more dense in that area. So you gotta cut into it like a cake and then drag it around. And sometimes you gotta make little cuts, and then drag it to clean that line up. So right here I'm using the Slimline Pro LIs. And it's just to clean a little up, clean this area up a little bit. And I'm actually going to use the slim lines to put his hard part in also. And for some reason, I don't know why I started this, but I actually start my hard parts from the back. I guess most people start theirs from the front, but I start mine from the back. I don't know why. I just started doing that for some reason. I don't know. It just works for me. Make sure you take your time if you're not used to doing hard parts. Take your time, put a thin line in, a very light line. Once the line is straight and it's where you want it to be, then you can go in and make it hard. You want to put like a soft part in, and then you want to make it hard. Pause. Y'all know what I meant. Just cleaning it up. And this doing a little beard work just to clean his hair up a little bit. He wanted the beard shaped up, so that's what I did. Self-explanatory. I actually love the Slimline Pros, but I'm gonna do a video on the Slimline because they're a very great trimmer, but they don't last long. The engineering on them just wasn't great. Like, as far as design, they weren't designed well. I'm gonna do a little bit of talking about some of the problems that you'll encounter if you purchase a pair of Slimline Pros, Slimline Pro LIs. But it's a great trimmer, besides the fact of all the other problems. So this is nearing the end of the haircut, you guys. I hope you learned a little bit, understand why I call it the money cut. And if you have any questions about this haircut or anything that I did, or any gripes or complaints, you can always hit me in the comment section. Here's a few pictures. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Peace.